Hello and welcome to another Archiframe Dev Talk. In this video, I would like to go into details about dimension drawings. First of all, what are dimension drawings in Archiframe? We have two main types of drawings, one for elements and one for individual planks. When you create an Archiframe element, a projection and a drawing will be created for that automatically. This is an element drawing. Now, we will deal with the other type, dimension drawings for individual planks. This type of drawing is not created automatically. You have to go into the Plank Tool palette and click the Drawings button. Here, you can select where to place the drawing, and you can set the style too. This new drawing will be placed at a point you click. Here we are. Let's take a deeper look to this new drawing. Inside the frame, we have some description text. We have two projections, top and front, and there are many dimensions around these projections. If you make a totally simple plank, then its dimension drawing will be also very simple. Basically, dimensions only show the size of the plank. But if the plank has machinings, then dimensions are there for these machinings too. Let's make this second dimension drawing a bit more interesting. If we drill a hole into the original plank, it will be shown on the plank and also on the projection. But there are no dimensions for this drilling. Note the warning message inside the text. You have to update the drawing because the original plank was edited. If you click the Create Apply button, the update is done properly. Note that the position of the drawing was not asked again. It remains where it was. This way you can update many drawings with a single click. This second drawing is still quite simple. It has only one projection. Why do we have more in the first drawing? It's because the machinings on the bigger plank are on different sides and they cannot be shown on one projection. The Archiframe add-on will examine the plank and it will show the required sides and projections. Finally, I would like to talk about dim drawing styles. When you create or update one or more dimension drawing, you have to choose a style. This style will define not just the design of the drawing, but also the method and rules how it will be created. Predefined styles are in the Archiframe blocks XML. Please search for the dim drawings tag. You will find a lot of info in the comments. Let's discuss the basics now. Inside the dim drawings tag, there are many styles. Their name will appear in the dialog in Archiframe. Let's check. All parts to single frame. This is the first here. And it's shown here as well. Since we use the style 1 part per frame, let's open this one and change the settings. The general settings are for the size of the frame and parameters for the text style. Dimension line settings are quite obvious. You can set the details of various dimensions. Note that dimension lines are separate, so there is settings for the main horizontal, the main vertical, and all the machining related dimension lines, and for example this is the detail angle, and so on. Each projection has its own set of parameters. Positioning, the title, color, and so on. Note that we have a show always parameter as well. This is to force to display a projection. Below the projections, we find the text block. It's for the description text, the style, the position, and also the content is editable. The frame is optional and it has only a few parameters. Beside the size and the positioning, there is the color, and also the title is editable. At the end, we have the table layout. It's quite complex. You can define the positioning of projections and text according to each other. Imagine a big data sheet where you have rows and columns. With this table layout, you can align certain projections on the top of each other or beside each other. For example, here in the first row we have the text block. Then in the second row we have the top projection, so it will be below the text. Then the third row contains more projections, the beginning, the front projection, and the end projection. They will be beside each other because they are in one row in different cells. Lower there will be the bottom projection in the next row, and finally the back projection, so they will be below each other. Let's test some of these parameters in this style. I will change one projection. This bottom projection is actually not shown, but here I can make it displaying always. I will change the title a bit, so it's not bottom but lower. And finally, the pen color is not black, but some different color. You have to save the XML and you have to load it into Archiframe to take effect. This is done by opening the settings of Archiframe and just clicking Arc will reload the settings file, also this XML. Now, if we update the dimension drawing of this blank with this style which we have modified, then the bottom projection appears because it's forced to appear. It's not black but green, and it has a different title. The green is really good because it's the fourth color in our pen table. And at the end, one additional trick. If you have two planks with separate dim drawings and you choose a common frame style, then by updating the drawings you will be asked to decide a new placement point. It's because the add-on cannot decide which existing drawing to use, so it will need input from the user. This was it about the dimension drawings. Thanks for watching.